We're going to be reviewing the Buck Woodsman Model 102, and the genesis of this report was I saw a commercial posting by a retailer, and the retailers got it all wrong. They're whoever wrote the copy and whoever read it obviously had never taken this knife to the field. I carried one of these when I worked for a cattle and horse operation from 1976 to 1985, and then I continued to carry it after that for different reasons, different adventures, and basically wore it out to where I needed a replacement. So in August of 2011, the late and great Chuck Buck was here in Rancho Cucamonga at the Bass Pro Shops, signing knives that you would buy that day, and he would sign any Buck product you had. We had the good fortune of being there, and we were the only people there at the time, and so we had several minutes to talk to him. And Mr. Buck kindly autographed this knife right here. So that should be something of an endorsement, the fact that I would buy another one. Continuing on, this other site criticizes Buck's use of the 420HC steel. This is also incorrect because such major manufacturers as Gerber also use this steel. It was formulated originally as a cutlery steel, so it is not as heavily alloyed, so you can get a finer edge on it, and if you were out in the dark side of the woods and something happens, you can re-edge it more readily than you can some of the more heavily alloyed steels. Also in his book, Wayne Goddard, Master Bladesmith Wayne Goddard, in his book The Wonder of Knife Making, states that the heat treating of the metal is every bit as important as the content of the steel. This steel is treated by the world-renowned Paul Boss Company. They also do work for the custom makers. So like if you go and look on the websites of the knife makers that are in the Knife Makers Guild, you'll see Paul Boss's name somewhere in their literature. So to criticize this as being inferior is simply erroneous. Continuing on to the handle material, this is Buck's standard handle material. It's a phenolic resin, and it's impervious to heat and cold, and you could virtually drive nails with it, but that would constitute abuse. But anyway, you can get various handle materials. It's from such retailers as Bass Pro Shops, Smoky Mountain Knife Works, but these are limited runs, so you'd have to check very concurrent with that time, because if we were to state this is available today, it may not be available tomorrow. Also, Buck offers different handle options on their website, so you can customize these little things to whatever you would like, to whatever application, or if you want to just make it a collector's piece, you can do that also. The Buck product is very similar to its stablemate, their famous Folding Hunter. Notice the profile and proportions are very, very similar. So if you prefer a fixed blade knife, this is a good alternative. It's a great understudy to a larger knife, like you would use a .22 revolver for your centerfire hunting rifle. Also, it would make a great little knife for your son's first knife for scouts and things of that nature. And then also, as I said earlier, it's very easily to be resharpened. And that's it for the day. Please watch for some future references. We're going to be doing postings on Buck knives and steel and so forth. And we'd also like to thank Josh for running the cameras and the audio, and Brittany and Sarah for the wardrobe consultation. Thank you.